Hey, it's Holly McHugh here, and in today's video, I want to share the 3 ways that you could actually be repelling your dream opportunities without even realizing it. Now, stay tuned because at the end of this video, I'm also going to be sharing a really special, completely free resource that's going to help you to turn this around and start getting more of what you want and deserve. So the third biggest reason why we may be repelling our dream opportunities is because we really don't know exactly what they are. So the universe loves clarity, and all too often, without even realizing it, we can fall into the trap of being really broad stroke and a bit too vague about what exactly we're aiming for and what those dream opportunities look, feel, and sound like. Not only does that mean it's a little bit vague, it actually means it's impossible to take clear, focused action. And this is how so often we fall into procrastination. I'm sure everyone is slightly familiar with procrastination from time to time. And it's really because we end up floundering around, getting caught up in busy work that honestly just passes the time. And we don't have that crystal clear view of our target and end destination. It makes it impossible not only to get momentum and traction, but to also know if we're actually making progress along the way. So ask yourself, what specifically does that dream opportunity look, feel, and sound like? What would be different if it was in place? How would you know exactly that you were making progress towards this? And shift from saying things like, oh, I would just love to have more flexibility at work, to something far more concrete and tangible. Like, I'm leaving work every Friday at 4 p.m. to spend more quality time with my family. Or, for example, you may find yourself saying, oh, I just want my business to be making more money. Shift instead to, again, something really specific, concrete, and tangible. I'm attracting 2 amazingly ideal clients this month into my business. Or focus on a very specific, concrete money goal, and don't forget the time frame. All too often, we actually don't set a deadline on our goals. And this means we have no sense of urgency, and we can't possibly get a sense of momentum to work towards it. And this is how our big goals end up falling onto the back burner and end up being those nice to have someday, one day, maybe when I get around to it, I'll do that type of goals. And guess what? It may never happen because you've got all the time in the world, and therefore there is no backside kick to really get moving towards them. So third biggest reason and the biggest way that you might be repelling your dream opportunities is because you haven't taken that time to take a step back and get super, super clear on exactly what you're aiming for so that you know exactly what to do to move towards it. The second biggest way that you may be repelling your dream opportunities is because your mindset is not working with you. Now, this is such a common one. It's something I work with every single one of my clients on, is both clarity and mindset, because they are fundamental to putting ourselves out there and getting moving towards attracting the things that we really want and deserve in our careers and in our business. And what happens all too often is you're not actually believing that that dream opportunity is for you. You're not actually believing you're capable of it or that it's realistic or possible. And so what we do instead is we make assumptions. We pre-decided what is possible and what is realistic. And that pretty much takes us out of the game from the get-go. So from the outset, if we've made a decision that this is really unlikely, or it's not going to happen, or it's just not for me, it's for other people, or we find that voice in our head, that lovely inner critic that likes to pipe up at inopportune moments, and it's saying things like, who am I to be going after this opportunity? Or who do I think I am? Or of course that's never going to work. Then ultimately you are not setting yourself up for success. Now, something that's absolutely crucial to understand is that your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. So if that voice inside your head is telling you all the reasons why you can't have something, what sort of action can you realistically expect yourself to take? You're probably going to put it on the back burner, save it for another time when you're ready, and ultimately nothing's going to happen. So we need to make sure that we're really fully recognizing the responsibility that we have in the sense that we get what we focus on. So are you focused on the things that are most supporting you to working towards those dream opportunities? Are you telling yourself the reasons why you absolutely are ready and confident and capable? Or are you focused only on the negatives and the limitations? And just recognize that absolutely everyone else out there is struggling with their own niggling self-doubts and self-belief challenges, but ultimately the ones that still achieve things and are still successful have persisted and pushed through those regardless. We're never going to launch ourselves into something new without feeling that sense of uncertainty. It's just how we are wired when it comes to making changes and going through transition. So it's about accepting that that is totally normal, and we have some doubts and we don't have all the guarantees in the world that we would absolutely love, but that's not to stop us from taking focused action and really surprising ourselves with just what is possible. Because if we've already decided what's not, we are never going to see just what could have been. And the worst possible thing in the world is that regret of wondering what could have been if I just tried. So I encourage and invite you to surprise yourself and really support yourself, because no one else needs to know what it is you're saying to yourself in your own head that is actually championing you instead of holding you back. Now, the number one biggest reason why you may be repelling your dream opportunities, and this comes up time and time and time again in all of my work, whether that's one-on-one clients, privately, whether that's entrepreneurs or career professionals, whether it's in workshops or talks, is that you're simply not asking for what you want. Sounds so ridiculously simple. But think about the dream opportunities, those ideas you've had swirling around your head that have been on the back burner for way too long. And ask yourself honestly, what have you actually done to put yourself out there and make that happen and ask for the opportunities you most want? We all too often get caught up in looking at other people and comparing ourselves to others. And we see women elsewhere, online and offline, who seem to effortlessly get whatever they want. They're always congratulating each other, or they are celebrating amazing wins in their business or their career. Maybe they just got a promotion or a raise, or they're going to feature on a podcast, or they got their blog published. And it seems like success only happens to the lucky few. Well, let me tell you something. The biggest and often only difference between you and those other women getting what they want is that they actually asked. They actually put themselves on the line and made a proposal and sought out the opportunity and made it happen. Now, so many women struggle with this one point, with the ask. How do I put myself out there in a way that feels good? How will I be perceived by other people? How will it feel? Is it going to be awkward? What if I get rejected, etc., etc.? And all of those doubts and concerns are totally normal. But I'm here to tell you that there are such easy, simple ways that can even be fun to ask for what you want and get more of it. Because if we don't do this, then those big, bold dreams that we have of creating more influence and impact in our work and in our lives are going to get lost in the day-to-day shuffle. And that's not what I want for you, especially when there are such simple techniques that you can use that can completely change the way that you put yourself out there and ask and get what opportunities that you want most, so that you really can make these dreams a reality. So with that in mind, I'm running a free 5-day Ask for What You Want bootcamp. In this bootcamp, I'm going to be sharing practical and game-changing communication strategies that will radically change the way you put yourself out there and significantly amplify the results and response that you get. These exact strategies helped contribute to me creating my very own 6-figure part-time business around a 9-to-5, with all the flexibility and freedom that I wanted to work across all of my passions without compromise. These strategies have also supported me to get featured in the likes of Marie Claire, Huffington Post, and The Australian. And they haven't just worked for me. My amazing clients have been able to launch their dream businesses, ask for promotions, get a raise, triple their income, appear in international media, and even negotiate money off bills and rent, and so, so much more. And I want this for you too. So in this free 5-day bootcamp, I'm going to be sharing the simple secrets to ask for what you want in a way that is easy, fun, and most importantly, gets a yes. These strategies are going to completely change the way you put yourself out there and ultimately ensure that you do get the opportunities that you know truly that you are deep down capable of. Because ultimately you know that you are meant to have a bigger impact in the world. So stop wishing and hoping for success one day and start making things happen. Reserve your spot in this free 5-day bootcamp and I will show you how.